welcome back to my channel. It is disgustingly early. And what day is it when it's disgustingly early and I'm actually up and maybe making videos? Dewey's Readathon, April 2025. Started about 46 minutes ago, which means that I've been up for an hour and 46 minutes. So, actually, yay, I really do enjoy doing Dewey's, or I wouldn't have been doing it so long, but I still don't enjoy the getting up at 5 a.m. to be ready to start at 6, and I didn't used to. When I was not an admin, I would have an audiobook that I could just roll over still in bed, start the audiobook, roll back over, and sort of listen and hope I stayed awake for the first 2 hours. I wouldn't even just do the hour one reading sprint. 2 hours. And then I would be awake and I could actually get up and function reasonably well for an extreme night owl being up in the morning. Yeah. But I'm lead admin, so I get to be up. Yay! But I'm kind of used to it. I've got a routine, so everything, I think, got posted. Yeah, I think I got all the sites. There's a lot of things that either I have to trust the scheduling to schedule all the posts and hope that they actually post at the right time, or I have to just get up and make sure that they all go up within half an hour of when things start. So I did that. So we have not started using Blue Sky yet. I have to figure out how most easily to set up a Blue Sky account or name for us, because I don't like keeping a bunch of extra email addresses, and yeah, so right now I'm just using it as me. So we're not using Blue Sky yet. I probably will do some posting on there, but for right now we haven't added it as a site yet, because right now it's just all of us individually if we're on there, and using the hashtags for hashtag Dewey's April Readathon, I think. I don't remember. I will stick them in the description, because I was trying to actually get used to doing regular hashtags, and we have so many different variations we've used that I always get confused about what we've actually settled on. But I think I did a post that included reasonable hashtags that I'll try and find those and just do them on everything. Anyway, I started the Readathon with listening to Killing the SS by Bill O'Reilly, which I will show off in my next update, because I did finish it, but it's in the other room, and I'm going to be moving to the other location for the rest of my updates. But I wanted to start where my Readathon started. This is right next to my pillow, and I spent the first hour, I spent the setup time and the first half of the first hour of the Readathon still in bed with my legs still under the blankets, and just using my laptop in bed, because I'm still not sacrificing that much to be up at 5-something in the morning. Anyway, so I finished a book already. It's not even hour 2 yet in Dewey's Readathon. Yay! I still have not really set a TBR yet, and I'm not sure if I'm going to this time, because I always set a ridiculous TBR and then I don't read any of them. So we'll see if not setting an actual TBR makes any difference. I commented on I think it was Georgianne's post on Facebook. I think that was hers. That I might do like books that I've had forever. So if I do print books, I kind of like that idea. And I did make a bingo board that's floating around on our social media, on Discord and on Facebook for sure. I still don't get along well with posting images on Goodreads. I know I've been on there almost since Goodreads started, but and I used to program in HTML, and I still never managed to get the image text thingy right for posting images on Goodreads. It is very clunky. It's one of those things I wish that Goodreads would update, because everywhere else there's an option for just searching for the image you want to insert and insert the image, and nice little interface where you don't have to do any coding sort of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so I haven't been posting bingo boards on Goodreads only because I am technically challenged. And a couple years ago, I tried it a couple times and I never got it right. It always just was not the image, and anyway. Grumble, grumble, grumble. So I might try and do either the bingo board I made for this one, or I still really like the ones I did for last year. I did a time board and a place board, I think. So I might do one of those. Just try and pick my books using those prompts to suggest which one to pick up. The board I made this time, it's a bit different because I just did single words for each box. And you just map either what you're reading or an activity to each word. So, like, if it's kindness, I don't remember if I used kindness. I was trying not to be too obvious. But let's say it was kindness. Either your book could have a kind character or someone doing things that are kind, or you could do something kind, or whatever. Or it could be really nerdy. Kindness, going back to more obscure meanings of kind, variety, basically, and sort things out, like go through a drawer and organize it or something. That would be a way to use kindness in a very obscure sense. So it's really up to everybody how they want to interpret the words, but it's not limited to reading or activities this time. It's just the word, and you use it however you want to check it off. So that could be fun. I've seen some enthusiasm for it, so it's not just me. Apparently it's being well received so far. We'll see how it goes. I always get bored making the same bingo boards over and over again, so I wanted to try something a little different, and keeping in mind we only have 24 hours. So bingo board for a longer event, we don't have enough time to finish that many books or that many things unless it's really carefully designed. Let alone if we have more than one bingo board, which we usually have 2 or 3. So this time there's only one, but you can do it however you want. You could even do it, twice, do one of them reading and one of them activities with the same board. Just depends on how enthusiastic you are, whether you're doing it as yourself or as your whole family, and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to sign off and pick my next book. I will check in again probably in hour 3, just so that I give a little bit of time in between. I'll probably do it in hour 3 or hour 4. We'll see. Because I do post the sprints for the scheduled Readathon sprints. And if you haven't done Dewey's before, and this sounds like an interesting concept or whatever, Dewey's always does hour-long sprints in hours 1, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and 24. So ever since I started participating back in like 2007 or 8. Might have been 2008 when I started. But ever since I started participating, they have always done those sprints on those hours. And it used to be kind of a check-in thing because we used to track our hours really carefully because there were actual prizes, and you send your name and mailing information and all that in if you win. So in order to qualify for those prizes, you had to prove that you'd actually done all 24 hours, and part of that would be checking in online. So the hour-long sprints spaced throughout the entire 24 hours, you're not likely to have slept for 8 hours if you were doing those. And then the discussion questions on Goodreads were another thing you could do to check in to, like proof of life, proof that you're awake, sort of thing. We don't do physical prizes anymore. It got to be too much of a hassle, and anytime there's anything that people are actually winning, there's always people that start gaming the system and doing things that are not pleasant. And we're all volunteers, and this has always been just a totally volunteer thing. So we did away with that long before I took over. So now we just have the artifacts of that system that we still... we don't do sign-ups anymore because we don't need that information because we're not sending out prizes. But we do still have the hourly discussions and the sprints that are evenly spaced throughout the day. And I was going to try and do some live sprints on this channel for our sprints for Dewey's, but because they are like an hour long and on such a strict schedule, I don't think my tech savviness for running sprints is going to lend itself to that right now. And being the admin for more than just my own updates on YouTube, I'm probably not going to want to be doing, like, running the Readathon, all the other stuff, while also doing live sprints at the same time. So I loved the idea, but until I eventually hand off the reins to somebody else and I don't know, do YouTube for Dewey's. We've never been on YouTube officially. But unless we go that route, I probably will actually not do live sprints during Dewey's, now that I think about it a little bit more carefully. But I will be doing live sprints again, hopefully this week. Maybe the Wednesday disgustingly early in the morning, it would be Thursday disgustingly early in the morning for everybody else. Because that seems to be when I was doing them, but no, I don't think I will, because anyway, so watch for impromptu sprints. I don't think I'm quite sure what night I'm going to do them yet. It'll be whenever I get twitchy for sprints and nobody's doing them. And I know there's a couple gaps where I'm awake and nobody's sprinting yet from like Europe and Australia and stuff. So anyway, yeah, I will pop on again in a couple hours and show off what I finished so far, and do another Dewey's reading update. So talk to you soon, guys. Happy reading. If you need to check in with Dewey's and see what we're doing and you haven't heard of it before or didn't realize it was today or whatever, I will put links into the description for all the sites for joining in on Dewey's. All you have to do to join Dewey's is to literally just participate. There's no sign up, just we're on Goodreads, Discord, Facebook, X, and we have a WordPress site that we barely use, but I always have plans for it, and then they never materialize. Maybe this year. Maybe this is the start of materializing them. But check us out if you want to join in. we are doing a readathon from now until we end at 8 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. So that would be 6 a.m. Mountain Time where I'm at. So, yay! I will be awake and reading or listening to audiobooks from now until then. So, I will check in with you again. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye!